Religion tells you that God is up there and you're down here. Religion tells you that God is over there and you're over here. Religion? Heard it all? I thought so too. Someone once challenged me not to think of the creator of the universe as just some big guy in the sky. I see it as more than that. This power helps us raise our kids. It helps us to get our businesses together. Makes us who we are. Now imagine this power not as some big guy in the sky, but as a power working in you. Now, how amazing would your life be?
Looking for something more? Go to myalc.org. That's myalc.org. The Abundant Life Center for dynamic living through spiritual growth.
I'm Ed Montgomery. Looking for more? You know, I think we don't see things that are happening with us in our lives. And I was talking to a few people and I said, you know, what are those things? What bothers you? And what are some of the things that we are afraid of? And sometimes what we're angry about, we're afraid of. What are we angry about? What are we afraid of? We're afraid of becoming unhealthy. We're afraid of getting something that we can't get out of. We're afraid of money situations that we can't solve. We're afraid of getting older and not having security. We're afraid of how we're going to take care of parents if something goes wrong. We're afraid of death. We're afraid of losing people that we love. We're afraid of losing that job at the wrong place and at the wrong time. What do we do? Everything that you deal with in life is not just practice, but it is preparation for the next step. I think we have taught people for so long that real faith is about avoiding storms, about being able to speak wonderful words and make storms disappear. But Jesus, who is one of the greatest teachers ever, didn't always speak to storms to make them go away. Sometimes Jesus walked through them and ignored them. Sometimes you don't just try to make them leave. You learn to ignore them and walk through them. Either way, the storm is of no consequence. What can I say about life today? Everywhere we look, pick up the newspaper. Now it's not just the newspaper, but we turn on our cell phones, our iPads. CNN pops up, the Washington Post pops up. Something is always going on. And we feel challenged everywhere. Sometimes the opportunity to go higher is in what we've been doing all along. Just preparation. Don't get discouraged. Don't get bent out of shape. Because a lot of what you deal with is preparation. The road signs. Your life, your best life, is up ahead of you. Don't give up now. I believe that thing that you really desire is right around the corner. And I think you're ready for it. Yeah. Make the shift. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button. Smash it, crash it. Let us know you're there. Welcome to After Dark with Ed Montgomery, aka Dr. Ed. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for being with me tonight. Yeah, this is our, I don't want to call it a new format. It's just a little bit different. We talk a little different. But whatever we talk about, and I got a good one for you tonight. Don't go anywhere. But I am the founder and director of Abundant Life Cathedral which is our 501c3. So all of your contributions, of course, are tax deductible. And also the founder and director of Abundant Life Center in the city of Katy, that you can always go to on Sunday morning. And you can also watch online Serious, I don't call it Serious Sundays, it's Sensational Sundays. But you can get a good understanding of it on Sunday. But it's when you're in house, there's a certain energy. They're more like sessions. They're more like, it's not people hollering at you and trying to, preach you to the rafters or preach you. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you reach your stage and your status in life, and you trying to get your home together, keep your marriages together, have good solid relationships, make your money, increase your position on your job, or come up with new ideas, creative ideas, entrepreneurship, all these kind of things, you need a different kind of teaching. You need to think different. You need to look at things different. There's a different kind of spirituality for you. And that is what ALC is. It's ALC, Abundant Life Center for Dynamic Living. You want to live dynamic living. Dynamic living, it has to do with power. It has to do with authority. It has to do with different spaces and places and where you're going. But anyway, let me get to what I'm talking about. So make sure you click that button for the algorithms. And also your comments. Let me know where you are, where you're watching from. I want to know. Tell me if you're out of the city of Houston. Let me know what city, what state, what country. And because we're expanding to other countries, so let me know that. Also, make sure you share this with some of your good friends, not just those who are going to say, what are you sending to me? Just share it with your good friends. Now, let me tell you what I'm talking about tonight. I'm talking about holy people. Yeah. We should be a holy people unto the Lord. We should be if I were reading scripture, it would say peculiar people. We should be holy unto the Lord. Is that what you're talking about, Dr. Ed? You're talking about holy people? Yes, I'm talking about holy people. However, I'm not talking about HOLY people. I'm talking about HOLEY people. Holy people. Not holy people. Holy people. I'm talking about people with holes in them. And no matter how much you pour into them, they leak out what you pour into them through the holes in themselves. And they leak, and they have no idea that they're holy people. They think they're holy people, but they're holy people. And they wonder why nothing ever sticks or stays, and they always remain the same. We just went through Houston and our areas. We go through these things all the time. We went through several years ago, we went through Hurricane Harvey, and I found out, I learned, I knew I had never seen really a flood, but I learned what a flood was back then. Lost half of them, had the whole downstairs of my house. I lost, and I watched water, and I noticed something about water. Water will always find holes. I don't care how solid you think you have built. If there are holes, if there are cracks in anything around your facility, water will find it, especially when there's more pressure on the outside than it is on the inside. And just recently, we had a lot of flooding here in the city of Houston and all around, power outages and things of that sort. People learned again. We noticed again that water will find holes. You may look, you may think you got everything plugged up, sealed up, and you find out water can get in. Well, not only is that physically, but that is also spiritually. There are a lot of spiritual holy, HOLEY, people. People who are leaking. No matter how much spirituality you pour into them, it goes right out by the next day. And they can hold, HOLD, nothing, because they're holy. They may appear to be holy, but in reality, they're holy. And there's no substance there. Now, our teacher, Jesus himself, talks about this kind of thing. And he says, especially around Matthew chapter 6, no, Matthew chapter 5. And you can also look around Matthew chapter 5 and 6. I like to send you to places where you can see all of those things. And Matthew talks about two houses and says, there was a person who built houses. One house was built on sand, and another house was built on a rock. You've probably heard that before. One foundation was sand, one foundation was rock. They both look good, but something happened. And many people think it had to do with the foundation. But what is the foundation? You got a foundation? Yeah, I got a foundation. Well, there's no other foundation that can. What is the foundation? I'm going to tell you what you think the foundation is not necessarily what you think. We're going to go a little bit deeper because this is after dark. Look, I'll be right back. All right? Okay. Don't go anywhere. Stay with me. Let me break in here for a second. I want to tell you a little secret. There is something I used to do. It was commodity trading. And they used to have something on the list called winter wheat. I never knew what it was, never paid any attention to it because in my northern background, all I saw in the winter was hard ground, snow. How could anything grow? Well, I learned different. I learned that winter wheat was something that was planted around the fall, around September, October. And when it was planted, they didn't just throw the seed out there on the ground. Of course, it would be too hard. But they drilled down into the earth and almost like planted them one by one. Now, when the snow came and the winter came, it would go dormant. But when the spring came, it would come up again. And they would harvest it around that time. Winter wheat. In other words, there are things in our lives that we plant in times when people think they won't grow. There's a number 9 that I believe symbolizes finality. It symbolizes harvest. It symbolizes the end of something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10, you start all over again. This is 2024. 2, 2, 4 equals 8. New beginnings. But watch this. You can plant during the new beginnings, but you can't eat the harvest until later. When you plant something, it takes time. Sometimes it's dormant. Sometimes there's a winter. Sometimes you feel like everything is shut down, just like the earth is shut down in the winter. But you know what? Spring is coming. A different kind of growth is about to take place. So what you thought was not going to happen is going to happen. It's a seed that you plant in the earth. The seed and the need. The need is in the seed, and the seed is in the need. So whatever it is that you need, and whatever needs you see around you, plant it It might be $9.90. It might be, for those of you who have it, and people have it, it might be $90 and 9.90, or it might be $99.90, whatever. Put a 9 in that offering. It might just be $9, whatever it is. Take the time, plant it now. You can call the number, you can text to give. People love it. 713-742-2035. That's 713-742-2035. Or you can go to myalc.org. I love myalc.org. It's safe, it's secure. And you can hit that donate button, smash it, crash it, hit it. Let it be known that you're there. And you will see how to do it. Look, there are a lot of needs around in this world. There's going to be a lot of issues coming up. It's going to look like everything is lying dormant. But remember, if you put your seed in the ground, it's already coming up while you're not thinking about it. In the wintertime, it's not the heat from the sun outside that will grow this seed. Guess what? It's going to be the warmth of the sun inside that will make this seed come to life. It's going to be a warmth, like warm oil inside of you. Give, you'll feel it, and it will make a difference not only in the lives of others, but also in your life. All right? We love you. Stay blessed. Get it later. Hit the like button right now while we're in the middle of this. Hit the like, and also hit your subscribe button. Subscribe. These are algorithms, and we need them. The more you hit them, the more we're able to come to you doing some other different things, because then YouTube likes us and all the other places like us. They like us because they like algorithms. That's all they care about is algorithms. We care about other things, but they care about algorithms. I was talking about holy people, not HOLY people, but HOLEY people, holy people, people with holes. And people with holes are people without substance. And many times when we hear that particular text where Jesus is teaching this profound subject matter about two houses, one house is built on sand, the other house is built on a rock. Both of them, same kind of house, same kind of material, same kind of design, architecture, and the look. It's all the same. The only difference is the substance upon which it's built. The substance, not just a foundation, which, we think of concrete and things of that sort, built on a rock, built on sand, but it's what's in your life. What kind of stuff is in your life? Is what's in your life like sand that can go through your fingers? You hold it, but don't part your fingers because all the sand will go out. Or is it a rock? It is so strong and powerful. It is still sand, but it is sand that has been congealed, sand that has become granite, sand that has become hard, sand that has become compact. The kind of teaching in your life has come together. It has become compact. I think holy people, HOLY, we've gone to church, we've read the Bible, we've listened to the preaching, but the substance, it has not congealed. It has not come together. It has not formed. And so we hear all these things, and now it's like the substance is like sand. Let me tell you one of the key things about holy people, HOLEY. Holy people usually only think about today, but have no strategy for tomorrow. Let me say that again. Spiritual people. And they could be church, whatever. Holy people with holes only think about today, what's going on with me today, but they have no strategy for tomorrow. What are they going to do about the savings account? What are they going to do about food for tomorrow? What are they going to do about a job? They're always calling you. Yeah, they call you. I need help. And, I've been praying to the Lord. And they always throw the Lord in there. I've been asking the Lord and everything. Well, then why are you calling me? Do I look like the Lord to you? And I understand that we can be the Lord to some people and we can be a blessing to people and things of that sort. But you're going to have to get a strategy about your life. What are you going to do in the next 3 months? Now, I understand strategies don't always stay tight, but you can at least have one. If I move this way, what's going to happen? Then I maybe move this way. If that doesn't work, then maybe I can move this way, and then that way I got a plan A, plan B, or plan C. In other words, do the best I can. And if those things don't work, I'm still trusting God. I'm still trusting the God within me to open up or to hold things up when things happen. Holy people, HOLEY, never think that a storm will come. They pray to God to keep them safe, and that's good. They may talk in tongues to be safe, that's good. Go to a prestigious church, that's good. But it never dawns on them that no matter how much they pray or praise or plan, that storms do come. See, there is a total different spiritual type of substance that must take place that's going to help you through a storm. Oh, baby. You know what storms are? Storms are not just financial. Storms can be financial when the money is not where you want it to be. The money is funny. You know that. Storms can be when that relationship is not working the way you think it's going to be working. Guys, when you're supposed to be that stud, when you're supposed to be that man, when you're supposed to be able to please her, take care of her, look after her, and you find out that things are getting older, they're getting weaker, they're not the way they used to be, and you don't want to go see the doctor because you're afraid. See, when there's no substance, there's fear. When there's no substance, you're scared. When there's no substance, you don't want to find out what you think might be wrong, but you don't know what might be wrong. If you don't know what it is, you can't fix what it is. Sister girl, things. You're changing. You're elevating. But he's not. And you haven't had the time to talk to him. Baby, you are ripe for something else to happen that's not going to be good for your life. You got to take the time to talk to him. Because you never know when a storm will come. That's why you got to do a 10-10-80 plan. I tell people always do 10-10-80 plan. You know, what do you mean 10-10-80? I tell people that I teach people to tithe. Tithing to me is not 10% to anything. Tithing to me is the ability to open yourself up and to give of yourself to something. I tell people, hey, how you get fed, what's feeding you, what's helping you spiritually, that's what a tithe is. It might be 10%, 20%, 40%. Hey, you don't know what it is, 5%, we don't know what it is. It is the principle of the thing. Churches are still hung up on stuff like that. Holy people are looking for a number. People of substance who have built on substance understand that's a principle. And then you save that 10%. You put 10% away for yourself, but you don't just save it. Saving is not enough. You've got to invest it. You've got to put it in places that's going to start bringing you a percentage here or a percentage there. And then learn to live on 80%. As a matter of fact, learn to live on 70%. Learn how to live on less. Don't start trying to spend everything you can so you can look, so you can put on your mask and look a certain way to your friends. That's not holy. That's not a holy. That's a holy person. HOLEY. You don't want those kind of people in your life. If they're only concerned about the kind of brand name they got and the label they got, if that's all you're concerned about, then when the storm comes and that stuff get all washed away, what you gonna do? what you gonna do? I'd rather be a person that lives with substance. Take my time and learn the ways of the Spirit. Learn the ways of Christ. I'm not talking about the last name of Jesus. I'm talking about learn the ways of an anointing. Learn the ways of spirituality inside of you. Learn the ways of Creator. How to create. How to create when your life has come tumbling down and you don't know what direction. Learn. When you got that kind of substance, you start filling up all those holes. Bam, 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 bam. Filling up all those holes in your life. So that when the storm comes and the waters come in, you can sit there. And you may see a trickle of water, but it doesn't matter. And even if it did flood, your strategy has bought you a boat. You know how to get out. Don't be holy, H-O-L-E-Y. Be H-O-L-Y. What is holy? Does it mean to be perfect? No. It means to be, here's the real definition, of a different species. That's another subject. A whole nother subject. I'm bringing some people in here with me, so this is the first time that I've brought some folk in my prayer closet. I was going to do, we come before thee and we beseech thee, and knee bend and body bow, but you know I don't talk to you that way, right? No. They don't know that you call me Edward, so they just finished that show that we did, and it's a little different, but I'm hoping we reach some people. But listen, I'm just gonna be real with you. There's some folk in my life that you're gonna have to can you get rid of them? Okay, I knew you wasn't gonna do that, but I'm not talking about rid of them. I'm talking about, can you just kind of push them back a little bit? They're messing with me. Yeah, I know. I'm trusting you for so many things, so many places in my life that I need you in. And I know you can deal with you, I'm not alone, but sometimes there's loneliness. But with you, I can get through this. I'm at the point now that I'm just going to trust you with it. Can you help with the clicks? You know, Lord, I need algorithms. You don't mess with that, right? Okay. So you don't mess with the algorithm and you can't move those people. Okay. Well, at least I'm going to get a good night's sleep. Thanks for everything else. Couldn't have made it without you. Night, Lord. This room is filled with so much energy. It is filled with abundance everywhere I go, whether I'm in this room, whether I'm in this space, whatever it is, the space where you are, even though there is glass and plastic and Wi-Fi between us, actually we are in the same space. We are in the same place. We are in the moment of now. I want you to grab a hold of this now. First of all, thank you for your contributions. Thank you for your donations. But more than anything, thank you for your partnership, because that's what enables us to reach out and to connect with more people. Take a moment. Let your gratitude show. You can text or give 713-742-2035. That's 713-742-2035. Or you can go straight to myalc.org. That's myalc.org. And you can give. Press that donate button. It will take you immediately. It'll only take a couple of minutes. Or if you're old school, you can write a check. Slip it into an envelope and you make sure you put a stamp on it. And you can send it to Abundant Life Center or Ed Montgomery. It doesn't go into my pocket. It goes into the organization. It's the ministry. And you can send it to P.O. Box 772-300, Houston, Texas, 77215. Those are the ways to be able to send it. But once you send it, there's a way that will be made in your heart. First of all, it will be warm and loving, but it'll also open the doors for other people. And you can't beat that with a stick, as my granddaddy used to say. Thank you so much. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button, smash it, crash it. Let us know you're there.